a lot of people thought that Kashmir, everything is now fine, everything is resolved. Please go to the interiors of Kashmir. Go to the downtown, talk to people and then ask them. Tell them to put their hand on their heart and tell them, are you happy? You will get the answer. I do not, and not my party, condones what happens in 89 or 90 when Jagmohan was the governor. The fact that we all are sitting here means that a lot of issues are still unresolved. And I will come to the point where we were told that after Article 370 was removed, things will improve, or probably everything will improve. There'll be gates open of funds, there'll be jobs, there'll be peace. Well, I'm sure I don't have to tell you, but a lot of people sitting here who are experts on Kashmir know what's the real picture in Kashmir on the ground right now. Now, unfortunately, we live in times where the problem is that we cannot dissent. The fact that we are sitting here should not be taken that we are against the country. If a member of a premier political party is speaking here, he's speaking here because his state has undergone tremendous hardships from the last 3, 4, 5 years. The fact that I come from a state now, like Kapil Kak Saab said, tomorrow will be 5 years that my state has not had an elected government, and 8 years since the last election. And I think all the right thinking people in this country should stand up and say, look at this is wrong. I don't know what happened when 2019 happened on 5th of August. Why did not the country wake up and said, fair enough, if this was there, why would you strip a prosperous state like Jammu and Kashmir and then divide it into two? I mean, I've never seen an example like Jammu and Kashmir where a state is downgraded to a UT and then divided into two. I don't see even a small little murmur in the country saying that this was wrong. And I can understand that BJP had their manifesto written that they will do something with Article 370. But when things like these happen, people like us who have been at the receiving end of militancy, who have seen bloodshed, my party has lost more than 10,000 workers and leaders and at the hands of militants, ministers, MPs. What more does the country need? Why do I still have to show certificate that am I an Indian or not? Because today, when I walk, I feel scared that if I speak something, probably that would be taken as something against the country and I may be arrested. I have Janab Nizamdeen Saab here. He and me were together for 9 months in jail. For what? Did we ever speak against this country? Did we ever say anything that was anti-national? Probably when 2019 happened, we would have said that this is wrong. That's all we could have done. Because we never believed, the mainstream political party never believed that violence is the answer to anything of that. But unfortunately, we were arrested, put in jails, and after 6 months, we were released. And even today, small little update on a Facebook or Twitter can get you into trouble. And you know, I don't have to tell you, I know a lot of you know what exactly is happening here. A country that was born out of dissent does not let you dissent. A country who has had, I mean, this country is the mother of democracy. But Kashmiris don't have democracy. So, I mean, there are so many things that I wanted to speak out. Let's talk about delimitation. I will tell you how stub-motherly we were treated. The same committee was for Assam. But because it suited a political party, elections were held in Assam. But the same thing was not done to Kashmir. The same committee, the same members. I mean, there are so many examples that I want to speak, but I know I don't want to just sound rhetoric. I don't want to sound that I will repeat whatever has been said earlier. There's nothing that we can actually add to what already has been said before. But what I want from this committee is that, please, I know there are people from civil society, people whose voice matter. It is not about Kashmiri Pandit, it is not about Kashmiri Muslims. It's about the right to live in this country and live with dignity. If I see government in Delhi, Bombay, Jammu, anywhere, Punjab, Why should I not have an elected government? I mean, fair enough. A lot of people will say Article 370. I believe Article 370 is still alive because I believe in judiciary. It is still till until and unless it's not taken off from Supreme Court, I think it's still alive. And I have faith in judiciary, and I know the reason it has been for years, it's not been addressed. There is some hope there. Until our case is in the Supreme Court, there is hope. But, like somebody rightly said, to win a race, one needs to take the first step. And I believe today the first and foremost should be that we should stand up and say there should be elections in Jammu and Kashmir. Because that would be the first step. The statehood, before that or after that, the statehood has to be restored, and not a truncated one. Because we have done nothing wrong. The mainstream political parties have done nothing wrong. So while I know that this country will grow only when all of us, when I say all of us, I mean whether they're Muslims, Hindus, Sikhs, Christians, if they stand together and say that this country can only grow if they stand together. Otherwise, I believe that there will be times that everybody will go their own way. It does not have to, we don't have to sound good to the dispensation and then say that this man is not anti-national because he's talking in favor of the government. Or if I talk against the government, I should not be labeled as anti-national. I think
you have a minute more.
I mean, there are so many subjects, there are so many topics that I want to speak to, but I think if I get a little time later, because a lot of people would speak, but just a concluding remark. If this meeting helps, I would be the happiest, because we are with the people. It's not like we sit in the cozy rooms of our Delhi or Bombay newsrooms or AC rooms. We go to the people, we sit with them. If somebody has to take a dispassionate view and a neutral view, please go to the interiors of Kashmir. Go to the downtown, talk to people and then ask them. Tell them to put their hand on their heart and tell them, are you happy? You will get the answer. Thank you.